I always wanted to do an unboxing, but I got ahead of myself and I did open this box. But this one is from Dixondale. And if you were standing here and didn't know what Dixondale was, just opening this box, you can smell what's in here. Onions. I know I planted some onion seeds and some leek seeds, and they're still doing well, but they aren't as lovely as buying them from Dixondale. So I did take one package out. These are called Red River, so they are a red onion. Once you get the box and open it up, it's important to take them out and spread them out just a little bit. You don't want them cooped up in the box, and because they may be a little bit damp, and you want them not to mold. So what I did get was these are copras. They're supposed to be, I've never had these. They're supposed to be a very good storing onion, yellow onion. And I think I have two packets of those. They come in a package of about, I think, 50 to 75 in a bunch. And then another variety is Highlander. I think they may be a sweet onion. I'll have to look at my notes. But anyway, nice day out today. I think I'm gonna go out and start preparing my beds for onion planting day. Stay tuned. Hi all, welcome to this beautiful, beautiful spring day. And today we are going to be planting onions. Now I did a couple videos before. I'll link it up in the corner, and we talked about starting seeds indoors. There are actually 3 different ways that you can actually grow onions in your garden. I started seeds indoors. And there's also what's called a set, which is a very tiny bulb of an onion. And it's actually the onion's second year. I don't rely upon these because being the second year of a biennial is it will go to flower. It wants to produce seeds. So I've not had very good luck in making nice, big, substantial onion bulbs with that. I have by starting my own seeds and producing what is a little seedling, and but you can actually buy these from the nursery, and they sell them online. Mine I got from Dixondale, as you saw in the unboxing. So this is what I am planting today, and I got 3 different kinds. What I'm planting first of all in this bed, here we go, is called a Highlander. And this is a yellow onion, and it's supposed to be very good for storage. Now, there's another thing you need to know about onions. They come in many varieties, you know, white onions and yellow onions and red onions and sweet onions and more potent, flavorful onions. But the type of onion really matters to your specific growing area. There are short day, intermediate day, and long day onions. And if you order online or if you order seeds, it will say right in the description which one of these 3 varieties that they are. Now, the long, the intermediate, and the short refers to the amount of light that you have during your growing season with which to grow onions. I am in the northern climates. USDA Hardy Zone 6A. I'm in New York State, and it is recommended that I grow long day onions because my daylight increases as my summer goes on. And when it's at the peak of my sunlight hours, that's when my onions will be ready to harvest. So if you order online, they will know and they will ship you those onion seedlings when it's ready for you to plant. So in my zone, it's ready to plant because I just got my order in just yesterday. So if your soil is workable, if it's not too wet and too soggy, they should do just fine planting them as soon as you get them in the mail. In order to grow nice, big, healthy onions require two things. They're heavy feeders, and they also require a lot of water. So I start out preparing my onion beds by giving it a dose of an all-purpose fertilizer, a slow release granular type fertilizer, maybe a 10-10-10, 10-20-10 if you can find something that's a little higher in that middle number, which is the phosphorus, which is always good for root development. After they get started, then you probably want to switch to something that's higher in the nitrogen side, which is the first number. And then after you've amended your soil and you plant them, the onions need a lot of water. They're a very moist vegetable, so the swelling of an onion is mostly due to the water. As the shoots or the leaves come up on the onion, another ring is added. So if you can count those leaves on the onion, you know how many layers are in your onion, and the more, the better and the bigger. So those two things, very important for the developing of nice big heads of onions. So here is my bed. This is my bed of Highlander onions. It's a 4x4 section of a larger 4x8 bed. Oftentimes, you're instructed to plant them in rows with a furrow between them. Since this bed is so small for this grouping of onions, I just planted them all in a grid-like fashion, about 4 to 6 inches apart. Some are a lot smaller, as you can see, say for here and here, and I've got a couple that are here, and this is a little tiny one, and all through on this end of the bed I planted them very close. And I am going to pull every other one probably in June when they're swelling up a little bit, and I'm going to harvest them as green onions, and then let the rest go to mature bulbs. So let's go, and I will show you how I am going to plant the remainder of my crop. Okay, here is my next onion bed. I have 4 rows with a little space between it, and they're probably about 15 feet long. Okay, there's no real trick to planting onions. You're just going to take it and put it in the ground. If your ground is nice and fluffy, like this is, top dress of a little compost here, it's not a problem. Now you could just line them up like this. I am going to alternate them in their bed here. Not ladder them up like this. I'm just going to alternate them. And there's a good hand print plus space between them. So no big trick, no fancy dancy thing. If you notice, there's a little white in through here. I put a little bone meal in here just to boost the nutrient in the soil. Bone meal has a lot of phosphorus in it. And phosphorus helps root development. So this should go pretty quickly. After this, they're going to get a well douse of water, because my soil, we haven't had very much rain this spring yet. Had snow in the winter, but not so much precipitation yet this spring. So when I finish these, I will be back and we'll see how it looks. All planted. So in these 4 rows, double rows, I planted, let's see, 3 rows of copra, and that is another yellow onion, good for long storage, and then a red onion called Red River, and another double row, as you can see. Some of these are really, really small, so I planted them very, very close together, and I will harvest those as green onions. Although they're red onions, I'll still eat them like as a green onion. But the other rows of copra are spaced about 6 inches apart in double rows. So I'm going to go and give these a nice big drink of water. One thing I think I forgot to mention is oftentimes people put a pre-emergent herbicide down so that the weed seeds won't germinate. Any other seed, it would be any other seed, would not germinate, and it probably lasts a couple months and needs to be reapplied. I am not going to do that. I am going to instead mulch and or weed by hand. But these guys are going to get a nice drink of water now, and I will meet you in a little while. Each batch of onions from Dixondale has between 50 and 75 little seedlings. I think they must do it by weight. Anyway, I had a few extras, didn't fit in the row, so I'm going to interplant them amongst my lettuce and harvest them young. Thanks for following along with me on this beautiful, beautiful spring day. This is Frida. Frida says subscribe, give us a thumbs up, comment. If you like this content, let me know questions about onions. Please visit my site and check out all of my other videos. And until the next time, we'll go digging in the dirt. Happy gardening. Bye.